So now I'm going to explain the demonstratives, chapter 8 of your book. The demonstratives in Arabic are a bit complicated لأنه you have the MSA and the dialect are very different from each other, and you have to take into consideration the thing you are pointing at. Yani if you want to say this book, you have to think book. What is the gender of the book? Is it masculine or feminine? And you have to think, is it close or far? So depending on the gender of the thing you are pointing at, and whether it's close or far, you use the right demonstrative. And what's a demonstrative? That's like in English, this, that, these, those. These are in English. And in Dutch, dit, dat, die, deze. So which one to use? Dit, dat, die, deze. Okay? So in Dutch and English, you don't have to think feminine, masculine. Gender is not important in English and in Dutch. But in Arabic, it is very important, okay, to use the right demonstrative. We'll talk a bit after I explain the demonstratives. I'll tell you a bit about how to know the gender of a thing. But first, let's do the demonstrative. I'm gonna do, to make it not to confuse you too much, I'm gonna do first all the MSA, only MSA, then we do only direct. And MSA, you have to know it. Why? Because if you're reading a text, the demonstratives will be in MSA. So you need to just recognize them. Understand it in a text. Or if you're listening to a program in Fusha, like the Arabic news. Okay, inshallah, you will reach this level. You can, You can. I have students who started from 0 and who now can follow the news in Arabic. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use not the whiteboard of Zoom, I'm gonna use my iPad because it's easier for me to manipulate. But however, I haven't done it in a while, so let me remember how to do this. Then, yeah, here. A plugin. No, plugin is required. Okay, but I did it fast. And then screen mirroring. Yeah. Everyone can see it?
Yeah.
Let me clean up a bit my desktop. Too much going on. Okay, so the demonstratives in MSA. So you have singular. Yeah, we're gonna do first only singular, so enkelvoud in Dutch. Okay, so you have the masculine ones. Which are the masculine ones? Which are the feminine ones? When we are close, we are saying of something that's close. Like, I mean, if I'm pointing to the photo here on this desk, or if I'm pointing to a car, I can see, okay, something close by. So the masculine one is هذا. We've seen it before in the MSA book of the beginners, if you remember. هذا. And if what you are pointing at is feminine, you would use هذه. هذه. Yeah? So for close by, for masculine we use هذا, for feminine we use هذه. So if you look at the examples in your book on page 76, صفحة 76, the examples are in MSA. So if you want to say this book, you use book is masculine, so you use هذا. الكتاب. Okay, you put L, this book. But you can also say this is a book. Okay, like I'm telling you, this is a book, this is a pencil. Okay, then I don't use L. I say هذا كتاب or كتاب. So you see, by using L or not, you change your sentence a bit from this book to this is a book. So in Dutch, dit boek of dit is een boek. Dit boek is هذا الكتاب. Dit is een boek. هذا الكتاب. No, sorry, هذا كتاب. Okay. Okay, let's go to the feminine one. هذه. This last letter here, that's the ha. Yeah, with the kasra. So you pronounce this as هذه. Okay. The examples in your book is this girl. هذه البنت. And this is a girl. هذه بنت. Okay, without that. Okay, I'm not, in your book you have a third row, ignore it for now. I'm not gonna do it now, because we're only doing now singular, enkelvoud. Okay, when the thing you are pointing at is far, or you cannot see it, like, oh, that you remember that student who was with us last trimester? Okay, so you cannot even see that thing, it's far, or that person. Or you are pointing to something very far, like not this one, that one, okay, the one further away. Then in the masculine, ذلك is used. So look how you pronounce it. ذلك. And when it's feminine, the thing you're pointing at is feminine. تلك is used. تلك. Yeah, so if you want to say that student, you would say ذلك الطالب. If the student was female, you would say تلك الطالبة. Yeah? فهمتوا? Any questions?
No.
Anne-Marie, you have a question?
No.
Ah, okay.
I said, no, I understand. You asked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I admit it.
Okay, so let's review. What can you guys read that one?
هذا.
Say this book.
هذا الكتاب.
الكتاب.
What is this?
هذه.
هذه.
How do you say this girl?
هذه البنت.
Bravo. Okay, what is this one?
ذلك.
ذلك. So how do you say that book?
ذلك الكتاب.
ذلك الكتاب. and that girl.
تلك البنت.
تلك
البنت.
البنت.
Bravo. Now, okay. Now let's go to the plural in MSA. Okay, so when we are pointing to more than one thing, the gender doesn't matter anymore. What matters is it, are these, who I'm pointing at, are they people or are they things? Okay, so if I'm pointing to people like students, let's say these students, then هؤلاء is used. هؤلاء. Okay. هؤلاء. لا. This is lam alif and hamza. هؤلاء. So these students would be هؤلاء الطلاب. الطلاب. Okay, يلا repeat.
هؤلاء الطلاب.
هؤلاء الطلاب.
Bravo. If what I'm pointing at is non-human, so things or animals, then هذه is used, which is, what is هذه? It's the singular female. It's the same as this one. So the plural of things, non-humans in Arabic, is considered singular feminine. I will say this also in Dutch. So het niet menselijk meervoud wordt beschouwd in het Arabisch als enkelvoud vrouwelijk. Daarom is هذه gebruikt. So if you want to say these books, then you say هذه الكتب. Now, if what we're pointing at is far, those students, yani die studenten, then the demonstrative is أولئك. أولئك. Oh, can you see the screen? أولئك. Yeah, repeat it.
أولئك.
Yeah. أولئك. So these studenten or those students, أولئك الطلاب. يلا repeat.
أولئك
الطلاب. And if you are pointing to things or animals, then you would use tilka, which is the same as the singular feminine, enkelvoud vrouwelijk. Okay, the MSA ones are a bit difficult to pronounce. However, what's nice in the MSA ones is there is only one version of each. In dialect, you have different versions, the Syrian version, the Lebanese, the Palestinian, the Egyptian. Okay, but in MSA, that's it. These are the standard ones. Okay, let's do an example with non-human plural. So these books. So books is kutub. These books is هذه
الكتب
هذه الكتب.
هذه الكتب
Mhm. And if I want to say those books of die Boeken,
تلك
الكتب
نعم
تلك الكتب
صح برافو
Can you pronounce one more time human close by?
yeah هؤلاء هؤلاء so you have two hamzas so two stops in this word هؤلاء هؤلاء
And the last one, أولاد.
إيه أولئك
أولئك.
أولئك
أولئك. Okay.
أولئك
Okay, you got them. You want? Can I remove or not yet? Can I delete? Okay. Yeah.
نعم.
So now we're gonna do dialect. So when you speak, which one? These, the ones we just did, are when you are reading a text, you see them. However, if you find these easier to use, just use these. Everyone understands these. But they're not easier. The dialect are easier. So dialect, we're gonna do Lebanese Syrian, okay? Okay. So if something we're pointing at is masculine and it's close by, the Syrian one is had, and the Lebanese one is Haida. Haida, which is a bit like Hada. Hada, Haida. Okay, you don't have to learn both. You can choose either the Syrian or the Lebanese one. So if I want to say, this is Eric, I would say, had Eric. The feminine one is hey. That hey is the most common one in Lebanon and Syria. Okay. However, there's another one that's also used by some Lebanese. It is hey di. So you have here Haida, Heidi. Had, hey. Not hi, hey. So let's practice with had, okay? Let's say this is Karim, all of us.
Karim.
This is a book.
kitab.
This book.
الكتاب.
See the difference? This book is had al-kitab, and this is a book had kitab. Okay, let's practice with hay. Let's say this is Yasmina.
Hey Yasmina.
This is a girl.
هيدي
البنت.
هاي بنت.
Oh yeah,
هاي
بنت.
بنت. This is a girl. Yeah, هاي بنت. Now,
هاي
this
بنت.
girl, this girl.
هيدي البنت
البنت.
صح.
هيدي البنت هي البنت.
So you can use هاي البنت or هيدي البنت. Okay, but I think it's easier to use had or hay. Okay? Unless really you want Lebanese accent, then you take هيدا وهاي. Or هيدا هيدي. Okay, when your subject that you're pointing at is far, in the masculine, you use هداك. So actually you add a ka at the end. And hadak is also pronounced by some people as haydak. So I don't know if you hear the difference. For us, for Arabs, the difference is we barely hear it, like hadak or haydak. Okay. Hadak, or like exactly like hayda, like this word, but with k at the end. Haydak. Again, this is hadak is more Syrian accent, and haydak is Lebanese accent. It's just an accent, okay? It's not important at all which one you use. Oh, let's put here haydak.
هيداك.
The feminine one, when it's far, is hadik. Hadik. Or haydik. Okay, say them after each other so you notice that the difference is very small. Okay.
هيداك
Hadak.
هيداك
Haydak.
هداك.
Hadik.
هديك هيديك
هديك.
Yeah.
هديك.
Very small difference. Notice that for all the ones that are far, they all finish with k. Also in the essay. بالفصحى كمان.
وليك. أوليك.
So let's say that student.
هيداك الطلاب.
الطالب.
الطالب.
هيداك الطالب.
Yeah.
And if the student is feminine, طالبة. Okay, so that student.
يديك الطالبة.
هداك طالبة.
الطالبة.
هديك الطالبة.
If I'm pointing to something and you don't understand which one, you tell me hey, I tell you لا مش هاي, هديك, not this one, that one. Okay, that's how we use these. هاي هديك.
شاي
هداك. Are you confused or it's okay?
شوية.
Maybe Eric, does it help if we say what they are in Dutch?
No, it just has to burn
Just
into the brain a little bit
Yeah,
to
definitely.
get used to
Too
it.
many versions. Yeah,
That's the point. Yeah.
I know.
We'll manage
Okay,
eventually.
maybe that's why it's good for you to concentrate on one version, either this or this. had hadak or هيدا هيداك. هاي هديك or هيدي هيديك. Okay, the plural in dialect. Human. Okay, one thing. In dialect, the rule is not so strict with human, non-human. Okay, we can use the plural for both. It's very flexible in dialect. So the plural human is هدول or هيدول. Again, it's just a question of ha or hey. هدول هيدول. Choose one. This is more Syrian. هدول. This is more Lebanese. Non-human is, can you guess which one?
Hey.
Yes, hey.
Hey.
Let's just do one version here. Hey, okay? Forget Heidi for now. However, okay, we can still use the human for non-human in dialect. Like if I want to say these books, I can say هدول الكتب or هاي الكتب. It doesn't matter. مش مهم. In dialect. In فصحى كتير مهم. In فصحى this rule is very very strict. بس بالعامية لا مش مهم. Okay, then when so let's say these students هدول الطلاب.
هدول الطلاب.
Yeah. Let's say these books, these lessons. Remember that lessons?
درس دروس. هي دروس.
الدروس.
So هاي الدروس.
هي الدروس.
And can I say هدول الدروس? Yeah.
You may.
Yeah.
شكرا.
Also.
Sorry.
Yes, you can also. Yeah. Okay. When it's far, it's هدوليك. So what did we do? We added ik to هدول. هدوليك. And for non-human, هديك. هدوليك.
هديك. هديك.
Again, same pattern. Notice all the ones that are for the far, there is a kaf at the end. هداك, هديك, هدوليك, هديك. The ones that are close by, there's no ما في kaf at the end. So look, to simplify it a bit. Since I think most of you are more interested in Syrian than Lebanese, we can simplify this and just do one version. Yeah. And you know what? If you use the Syrian one with the Lebanese, we barely notice the difference. Okay, so don't worry at all about it. So maybe that will make it simpler. Okay, so again, let's do examples. This pen, do you know how to say pen?
Qalam.
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 This pen.
Had
هات القلم.
Het kalam. Het el kalam.
صح. This, you know, table.
طاولة.
Taule. That's feminine. Okay, so this table.
Hey el taule.
الطاولة.
Hey taule.
Taule. Bravo. Okay, that pen.
هداك
هداك
ذلك.
هداك القلم.
هداك.
القلم. Ja.
And that table.
هديك
هديك الطاولة.
طاولة.
طاولة. هديك الطاولة. برافو.
الطاولة.
Okay, these just let's stick to students for now. These students.
هدول
هدول الدولاب.
هدول
الطلاب.
Those students.
هدوليك
هدوليك.
هدولك.
الطلاب.
هدولك الطلاب.
Look, your clamp tone or stress is at the end. هدوليك.
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 هدوليك الدولاب.
Let's say these books. You know what we could also decide together? We can decide that for plurals, dialect only use the plural ones. So that way you will have even these you don't need to worry about them. Okay, so you'll have less to worry about.
I feel so relieved.
Use always for plurals, whether it's non-human or human, use these.
Human one. Hedel.
Hedol.
Hedol.
Yeah. So in spite of the fact that I said that dialect is complicated because there are many versions, it's still not so bad. I mean, the pronunciation of these are easier than the Fusha ones. Haula and ulaika. Okay. Hadol, hadolik. Had, hadak. Hey, hadik. Any question? Su'al?
In the book, you also make difference between non-living and non-human. Is that really a difference, or
No. Where?
Just the same? Okay.
Where?
Because non-human, a dog is living but not human.
This was a mistake. Where do I have non-living?
I'll tell you. Non-human, non-living on page 79. Kesawa Sebain. It's non-living. Yeah.
When? My God, I can't see it.
Kesawa Sebain and the English book.
Tisawa Sabain.
Kesawa Sebain. On the right bottom, you see these non-living.
Oh yeah, also in the Dutch one.
Non-living.
Niet levende wezens.
Non-living.
There. Okay, no. It should be non-human.
Okay.
Kan je niet gewoon zeggen dingen?
Nee, لأنه dieren zijn ook non-human.
Ja.
Ah.
Daarom.
Things.
Wow, daar wil ik nog wel eens een discussie over. Ja.
Oh, sorry.
Actueel onderwerp.
Yeah.
Things.
Oh my God. It's true for Dutch. I had to get used to it because when my kids were small, my father-in-law, Allah yarhamu now, he used to sometimes watch my kids, like babysit my kids. And sometimes if he had to watch the dog of the neighbors or whatever, he would tell me, I can't watch your kids because I'm watching the dog. And I'm like, oh my God. This was such a culture shock for me because for us, for Arabs, like kids, you know, like you
Holy.
worship kids, you do everything.
yeah.
But animals are animals. You would never like say, I can't watch your kid because I'm watching a dog.
Yeah.
So I was telling my husband, can you imagine your dad cannot watch the kids? He told me, yeah, that's normal for us.
Yeah.
Okay. There's one more little thing to do, which is very easy. We've done the most difficult part. What's left is on page صفحة 80. Oh no, sorry, not this one. لا sorry. لا صفحة 82. 82. Okay, so it has to do with pointing to here and there. We've done this before in the Lebanese book. Hon, honik. So remember, it's the same logic. When it's far, there's a kaf at the end. Hon, honik. But in MSA, it is huna, hunak. Okay. And also remember we did mahek. Remember? Mahek. But hek means like that. Okay. Can I do it like that? So hek. And in MSA, that is hakada.
هيك.
Of كذلك. كذلك. Okay. You don't have to use MSA when you're talking. And write mahek.
Mahek.
And in MSA, أليس كذلك? So now, do you understand now why dialect exists?
Yeah.
Makkelijker.
Yeah. Okay. So also there's this summary under in the parse the purple tables. This is a summary of what I just explained to you. Okay, and I did two different tables. The first one is just MSA. The one under it is colloquial dialect. Only there is a mistake there. In the first column, there is this and those. That's wrong. It should be this and these.
Ja.
Geldt dat ook voor de Nederlandse versie?
Wat staat er bij Nederland?
Ja, ik weet, zit je bovenaan in het paars? Is de allereerste?
De eerste kolom.
Ja,
hier.
die zegt dit en deze. En dan dat en die.
Dat klopt.
Dat klinkt goed, ja.
Ja, dat klopt. So in Dutch it's good.
Oké.
And also in English, in the colloquial, the one under, it should be also this and these.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And also I have under it like a small hint, like that if the demonstrative starts with ha, it means it is this or these. If it ends with ka, it's that or those. Okay, so especially for fusha, that's when you're reading fusha, if you keep this in mind, it simplifies things.
Okay.
Okay. So in the if you go to صفحة 78 the exercises here, watch it when you're doing. Some students don't pay attention, but here it's written whether to use MSA or dialect. Okay? So in the first one, use MSA just to practice a bit. So
Which
the
page
first one is page 78. 78. 78. 78.
78. Ja.
Yeah.
So if we do the first one a bit together, we start from right to left. This is Naila. I would here put.
Hey.
Maar this is MSA.
هذا.
هذه.
هذه vrouwelijk. Ja.
هذه Naila. We forgot something important. How to know if a word is feminine or masculine? That's كتير مهم. So that's page صفحة 77. 77.
Ja.
How do you know if a word is masculine, feminine, or plural? Does the word end with ta marbuta? If yes, it is most likely feminine. Okay, but there are exceptions. Er zijn uitzonderingen, بس مش كتير. Not a lot of exceptions. Okay, mostly you can say if there's ta marbuta, then it's feminine. And if you cannot see how it's written, you are hearing a word, then if it ends with a or e, like madrase, okay, mabsuta, a or e, then it's feminine. The exceptions here, you have like the boy's name Usama. It finishes with ta marbuta, but it's masculine. And the word successor, Khalifa, like the successor of the prophet, the Khalifa is a masculine word that finishes with ta marbuta. Okay, but other than this, I couldn't think of other exceptions. Exceptions, feminine words that do not end with ta marbuta. There are feminine words that don't finish with a or e. Okay, and these are these. So let's read them. Fire is
Naar.
House.
Daar.
Dar. Read what's written. Beit is masculine. Dar is feminine. War.
Harp.
Harb. Market.
Zoek.
Desert.
Sahara.
Sahara.
Earth.
Aarde.
Sun.
Shams. Sky. Sama. Bilad.
And
Balad.
Bilad. These are all feminine words that don't finish with ta marbuta. You need to know them. And other exceptions are body parts in pairs. So all the body parts that you have two of, like the eye, is feminine. The hand is feminine. The ear is feminine. The arm is feminine. The hand is feminine. We said okay. All the ones that exist in pairs, these are feminine. The ones that are single are masculine. Like the nose is masculine. The mouth is masculine. And you have other female family members that don't finish with ta marbuta, but these are obviously feminine, like ukht, bint.
Bint.
Okay, these are all feminine.
Yeah.
And you have all cities are feminine, all cities with no exceptions. And countries are all feminine except for these five countries. So these are masculine countries: Lebanon, Maghreb, Sudan, Yemen,
Yemen, ja, en Irak.
Iraq. Okay, so these are the 5 masculine countries, and all other countries are feminine, especially Western countries. They're all feminine.
All of them are Arabic.
All of them are what?
Arabic.
Arabic. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now you know how you understand. In Arabic, it's much easier to know which word is feminine or masculine, easier than French. At least you have these guidelines. Plural. How do you know if a word is plural? Non-human plurals are mostly irregular. However, the plural of words that end with ta marbuta are regular. The ta marbuta is then replaced with at. Yeah. Okay, so one of the known plurals is words that finish with at, like sayyara, sayyarat. Okay? When there's at the end of the word, then you know it's plural. Shahina, shahinat. That's all I have here. Okay, I missed something. The other plural is with in and un. Okay, words that finish with in, like for example, Suriyin. Suriyin. So this ending in, and let's say Lubnaniyun. Lubnaniyun. Un. It's also plural. Okay, so the 3 actually endings for plural is at, un, and in. So you know right away these kinds of words are all plural.
Dit zijn de meervouden. Als het zo eindigen.
Ja, zo weet je dat een woord meervoud is. Maar, most plurals are irregular. These are the regular plurals, regelmatig meervoud. Okay? Regelmatig or regular plurals. And the minority of the plurals are regular. The minority. The majority is irregular. So what's an irregular plural, onregelmatig, is a plural like this. Kitab. Plural is kutub. Kutub. Okay? So that's an irregular plural. Why? Because it doesn't finish with un, in, or at. Dars. Durus. Also, it's another pattern. There are many, many different patterns for irregular plurals, but these are irregular. For these, you have to know, if you see this word, you have to know that it's a plural. You cannot guess. But with these, even if you don't know the word, by seeing the ending, you know that it's a plural. Yeah. طالب, طلاب. That's also an irregular plural. But you know it already. See, once you know طلاب is plural, خلاص. Okay, that was it. So, خلاص الدرس. Remember last trimester we did a bit, I don't know if we did it very fast, the song, right? يومين شهرين ما شفتك يا
حبيبي.
So listen to it again this week. And let's see if you can still remember the first 4 lines. Luis.
Yes.
Because I tried to look it up on Spotify, also in Arabic, but I couldn't find it. So could you maybe, if you find it, send the link in the next email to the Spotify link?
Yeah, أكيد it's on Spotify for sure.
Or on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, but if it's good to have it on Spotify. You can also make your own playlist on Spotify. You can put the Arabic songs you like. Yeah, I will send it. I found it. Okay. We don't have a WhatsApp group, by the way. Maybe it's, I don't know if you guys have something against it, but it could be handy.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay. Okay. So I will create it if I think I have all of your mobile numbers. If not, I will email.
Okay.
طيب.
شكرا.
شكرا. يلا باي. نشوفك.
يلا باي. شكرا.
Yes.